The brutal foul by Chennedy Carter on Caitlin Clark left everyone stunned and sparked a huge discussion. But are we seeing the whole story? Before we dive into the subject, I'd like to remind you that 98.7% of you watching right now haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So please, click the subscribe button and let's get started. Everyone knows that during the game between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, Caitlin Clark was the target of an aggressive foul by Chennedy Carter. But there's more to this story. Before that brutal foul, Clark provoked Carter after a basket by the Fever. This kind of provocation is normal in competitive games, it's part of the dynamics. But Carter overreacted and ended up committing that hard foul. Carter's extreme reaction generated enormous backlash. Fans were outraged, the media exploded with criticism, and social media was abuzz with comments. The hashtag #ProtectCaitlinClark went viral, with many people calling for more protection for the Fever players. But that's not all. Angel Reese from the Chicago Sky was also seen celebrating Carter's foul and got involved in another aggressive play against Clark. This type of behavior is crossing the line and needs to be controlled by the league. The lack of an adequate response from the referees during the game raised even more questions about how the WNBA is handling this type of situation. It's evident that the league needs to take stricter measures to control aggression on the court and protect its players. It's not just Clark who is suffering from this unchecked aggression. The entire WNBA is being affected. The league urgently needs to take steps to control this behavior on the court. The comparison with the NBA is inevitable. Draymond Green, known for his intensity, accumulated many technical fouls, was fined, and even suspended several times. These actions were essential not only to control Green, but also to send a clear message to all players: excessive aggression will not be tolerated. The WNBA needs a similar approach. Implementing fines and suspensions for flagrant fouls and unsportsmanlike behavior can improve not only the behavior of the players involved, but also elevate the level of the league as a whole. Imagine if such measures were applied in Carter's case. She might think twice before reacting that way. Additionally, the league needs to better train referees to identify and penalize these fouls fairly and consistently. The lack of an adequate response only encourages more aggressive behavior. Players like Clark cannot continue to be the targets of hard fouls without appropriate penalties. And we're not just talking about protecting stars like Clark. Every player deserves to compete in a safe and fair environment. If the WNBA doesn't act now, we risk seeing more incidents like this, which only harm the league's image and the safety of the players. Another crucial point is the league's image. The WNBA has a unique opportunity to position itself as a league that values the integrity of the sport and the safety of its athletes. This would not only attract more fans, but also increase the interest of sponsors who want to associate their brands with a responsible and ethical league. Implementing stricter measures would also serve as an example for other sports leagues. Showing that the WNBA is willing to take control and ensure the safety of its players could inspire positive changes in other sports. And of course, players like Clark would benefit directly. Each game, she could focus more on her performance and less on protecting herself from aggressive fouls. This would not only improve her game, but also allow her to continue growing and standing out in the league. The WNBA needs to act now to ensure a safer and brighter future for all its players. The repercussions of the incident with Clark showed that fans are paying attention and demanding immediate action. The hashtag #ProtectCaitlinClark is a clear example of how the public is concerned about the player's safety and wants to see concrete measures being taken. But it's not just the league that needs to take action to protect its players. Clark's teammates also have a fundamental role in this process. It's worrying to see that so far, few Fever players have spoken up or taken a firm stance to defend Clark. She is the star of the team and, as such, should be protected. Recently, we saw PJ Washington from the Dallas Mavericks talking about the importance of protecting Luka Doncic, especially after a photo taken during the playoffs against the Clippers. Washington made it clear that protecting the star player is also part of his job. This is something that the Fever and its players need to internalize. Protecting Clark is not just a matter of physical safety, but also of moral and emotional support. The absence of more vocal and active support from Clark's teammates can negatively impact both her performance and the team's dynamics. Clark needs to feel that she is not alone on the court. that her teammates are there to defend and support her in all situations. This sense of unity and protection can strengthen the team and improve collective performance. All of this will lead to changes, especially since fans have enormous power. The WNBA needs to listen to this collective voice and act. Implementing fines and suspensions for unsportsmanlike behavior is just the beginning. The league needs to commit to creating a safer environment for all players, where talent and skill are the focus, not unnecessary aggression. Moreover, transparency in the league's decisions is crucial. Fans want to see that the WNBA is taking these issues seriously. Publishing reports on the measures taken against players who commit flagrant fouls, for example, could increase public confidence in the league. This would show that the WNBA is not just reacting to incidents, but also taking proactive steps to prevent future problems. Interaction with fans can also be improved. Holding events, QA sessions, and directly addressing fans' concerns can help the league better understand what needs to be done. This open dialogue would not only strengthen the relationship between the league and its fans, but also help identify areas that need improvement. And we can't forget about the players. They need to feel heard and supported. Creating a direct channel where players can report incidents and express their concerns is essential. This would ensure their voices are heard and the league can act quickly to resolve any issues. The WNBA has the opportunity to position itself as a leader in safety and integrity in sports. With the right measures, it can ensure that incidents like Caitlin Clark's do not happen again, and that all players can compete in a fair and safe environment. After all this backlash, the Indiana Fever cannot forget about their position in the standings. They need victories, and this incident could end up distracting the team. It was evident that there were improvements in defense, as proven by their victory against the Chicago Sky. In the last game, the Fever showed solid defensive performance, which is a positive point for the team. Players like Nalissa Smith and Aaliyah Boston were crucial in protecting the paint, accumulating important rebounds and blocks. This type of defensive play needs to continue if the Fever wants to climb the standings and secure a playoff spot. The season is still ongoing, and the Indiana Fever has a lot of potential. The team has shown that they can overcome adversity and have the talent needed to compete at a high level. With focus, discipline, and fan support, the future can be very promising. But now comes the best part. What do you all think about all of this? Did you know that Clark gave a little provocation? Leave your comments below. I love to hear your opinions. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new content. The WNBA has a lot to offer this season, and I'll be here to bring you all the news and analysis. See you soon.